Rod Hembree here. Program number 72 coming at you. That's right, coming your way. Dwayne says if I shot him, I'm dead, so I'll stop right there. Hey, we got some great stuff coming your way. You can follow along on the webpage, program number 72. That's right. Check out the webpage. Great stuff. All right. We also got something kind of interesting called the Stoplight Channel. The Stoplight Channel's coming your way. Also, resolution. Where does life begin? We're going to kind of talk about that. And also, Enoch's here with life codes. Enoch, Odie, where you at, man? I'm going to nail you.
I'm over here, Rod. You can't get me, buddy. Today we have cloning, photocopying human beings. We also have secret multi-dimensional data. And also, finally, we have the secret life codes. What's it all mean, Rod? What's it all mean?
What it means, Odie, is this. It's the secret to life codes, man. I'm glad you decided to join us. And here's the Facts and Faith Challenge. The Facts and Faith Challenge is this. If there's life after death, then is there life before birth? Ah, you see that right there. Now, you got to go and ask a question like that, don't you? What's the matter with you? Here's Going Critical.
In a world full of cluttered congestion and meaningless mind swells, there's only one way to gain control of your life. Reduce it to TV! And now, to help you further reduce your lifestyle to the electronic streams of designer static, Homeworld Cable presents the Stoplight Channel!
You moron! What are you doing? What are you doing? I can't believe you! What? You tried with my grandmother! You want a piece of me? Come on! Forget about it!
With the Stoplight Channel, you can now bring your personal road rage into the comfort of your own home.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You tried with my grandmother! No way!
But that's not all. When you order the Stoplight Channel, you get Homeworld Cable's Doggy Channel and the Man-Made Channel with digital television's latest invention, Smell-O-Vision. Call today and order Digital Cable's latest dramatic package. Call 1-800-WHY-STOP-HUMAN-NATURE when you can turn it into personal entertainment. That's 1-800-WHY-STOP-HUMAN-NATURE when you can turn it into personal entertainment. Homeworld Cable not responsible for hospital bills.
You want a piece of me? Come on!
Okay, the Facts and Faith Challenge. If there's life after death, then is there life before birth? Clue number one is, no, man, it's just one big dark place. You see, that's going to be a problem right there. You have to go and ask a question like that, don't you? Well, listen, we're talking about a very interesting topic right off the top. Cloning, photocopying human beings. But first, we got Rod Knows All, who's very disturbed, by the way.
Lawnmowers Drag Racing Association goes high-tech with a new site to cut on the net. Details next.
This old-time radio program was originally aired live, long before the advent of high fidelity.
And so tonight it gives me great pleasure to make way for a man who knows what he's talking about.
I'm Rod Knows All, with local news and global news from your communities and your home planet. Cut it out. Cut it out. This one comes in from our Get a Life file. The U.S. Lawnmower Racing Association, better known as Ursula, have now established a new site on the World Wide Web. On this site, you will find the latest and the greatest way to drag race your lawnmowers.
But it circles a 60-foot track with the same deafening roar that is heard on the nation's great speedways.
IBM, again. They're doing it again. On the leading edge of artificial technology, IBM researcher Mark Lucenti has now figured out a way for your personal computer to read your body language as well as your command.
Years of many types introduce coefficients combined to give various ratios.
According to the researchers, computers are dumb because they can only respond to our simple keyboard commands. But now, IBM Research has developed a program using video cameras and microphones to read your body language in order to help you figure out what you want.
The integrator wheel is a vital part of this mechanized supermind, which can solve almost anything from the fourth dimension to the family budget.
Did a headache spoil a day for you? Are you still feeling a little miserable and upset?
Mr. McDonald, do you ever do the dishes for your wife?
I should say not.
Yo-ho, yo-ho, brushless or lather, boys, whichever you've the notion. 50 cents for shaving cream, $1 for the lotion.
Here we go. Item number 10, program 72. If you're following on the webpage, this is a very interesting program. We're going to shoot down a lot of myths and conceptions about the data master of the Bible. Let's put the data on the screen, and here's what it says. Check it out. Now listen to this. The one named Jesus was in the world, and through the world was made, or though the world was made through him, because he is God as well. Now keep following here. The people on this planet didn't recognize him, but to all of those who accept the one called Jesus and believe in him, they have the right, now listen to this, to become the children of God. Now listen, children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision, nor of a husband's will, but born of God. God's word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and the only, it's true, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1, Rod's paraphrase version. Now this is a very, very interesting passage, and we talk about this. The Bible here is talking about cloning and everything else. Here's the first fact. Check it out. It says this: the codes of life can't be created from scratch or from chemical soup, but it seems they can be copied, and that's okay. God's got the soul covered through Christ. And that's what we read right here in this ancient passage, which is absolutely amazing. 3 ways that people are born, and God's got them all covered. Second fact is on the screen, and it says this: that which gives life is not the physical structure, it's true, but the codes of life given by God. It's in your DNA, man. You see, here's what happens. You don't just simply get physical matter creating life. Rather, you get codes from God, or the codes of the DNA, following life or creating life for the physical structure to follow. And I know that's kind of hard to understand, so maybe what we should do is break here for the voice.
Okay.
Of reason.
Yeah.
2, 1.
Roger, Houston, the voice.
Engine running.
Up reason.
Liftoff.
Diathlete for
Here's the voice of reason. It says this: the data matter tells us that the key issue is not whether God's life codes can be copied, but that Jesus has made provision for humankind to return to God. Now suppose this. Suppose we could, in fact, clone. Well, you know, if we did that, God said that he's got them covered. Anyone can get into heaven if they believe in Jesus Christ. What do you think, Odie?
Wow, Rod, I think that's pretty cool. Next, we got secret multi-dimensional data.
Roll.
This time on resolution, cloning. Where does life begin? Resolution. Okay, got another letter in, and person has raised the issue of cloning, whole issue of where life actually really begins.
Real issue behind cloning is not being able to create, or it's not the fact that, you know, life can be duplicated, but the fact that man is now seen to be creating life outside of the way God had. And so if man can create life, then man can say that he is God. We've got a warehouse full of life, 50% off. Come down now! Where does life begin? It's already begun, right? God is life.
Okay, look, okay? Get a life. Okay, you did not create you. My life didn't begin when I was conceived in my mom's womb. It began way before time when God thought of me.
The soul is different, and you're reproducing the same body, but not the same soul.
This is one of those things that man cannot get a hold of, that man cannot say, yeah, I can do this.
Man is trying to create an exact duplicate of another man, right? But God's already done it with twins.
The facts they challenge: if there's life after death, then is there life before birth? What a question. Clue number one, no man, it's just one dark place. Big dark place. Clue number two is, we all had previous lives. Oh, wow, man. That's not it. No. Oh, man. Wow, motivating this next topic is much more than water, and you don't have to step on it to get it. No, it's true. In fact, here to help us kind of set this whole thing up is File 7 coming your way. File 7 talks about this. Now let's do it, and we'll be back to talk about
it. The mysteries of the past lead us to the purpose for the future. Answers for the present. UFOs explained. Ancient aliens revealed. Time has a beginning. Time has an end. File 7. Declassified. How responsible are we for our actions? Does what we do now affect our future? Or is each day like a fresh start? If so, why do past events in our life still haunt us now? Is there a way to erase our emblazoned memories? Are there words to counter our thoughts? Where do we turn to find words of hope and life? A recent medical survey showed that over 90% of practicing physicians advise a regular time of prayer and meditation to alleviate stress and speed up the healing process. Why? Are our words multidimensional, transcending space and time? If so, how does that affect our thoughts and future words? In the beginning were the codes of life. The codes were with God, and the code was God. Through these codes, all matter was organized. The codes made life and consciousness of man. But the dark cannot understand the purpose and meaning of it. John 1, verse 1, paraphrased. One word can change a life forever.
Program 72, item 20, if you're following along on the webpage. Now, this is some very interesting data. In fact, we're talking about something that's kind of abstract, but let's put the data on the screen. Check it out. It says this: in the beginning, there was the Word, or the data. Now, watch this. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now, I know we talked about this, but let's do it again. He was with God in the beginning, and through Him all things were made. Without Him nothing was made, talking about the one called Christ. In Him was life, and that life was the light of men. It was their awareness, their consciousness, their self. Now this light of God shines in the darkness, or in the nothingness, which can also be called meaninglessness. It's true. And this light shines, but the darkness, or the nothingness, which is meaningless, doesn't understand it. In fact, darkness can't even be aware of it, man. It doesn't understand it. That's John 1, Rod's paraphrased version. You say, Rod, I'm not sure I understand this whole thing. Well, let's figure this out, because this is kind of interesting. Let's look at the very first fact, and the first fact on the screen. It says this. Check it out. Nothing comes from nothing. Now think about that. Nothing comes from nothing. In order for there to be something, it has to come from somewhere. All existence came from God. He is the ultimate source of data. Now we talked about that. In the last segment, we talked about cloning. We said that flesh follows the DNA codes. God created the DNA codes. Second fact is on the screen. Check it out. And it says this, the second fact: there's more to life than you're aware of. 200 years ago, we didn't even know DNA existed. That didn't stop life, so you hook up with the secret data that's multi-dimensional. The secret data is multi-dimensional. That's right. What does that mean? That means it transcends all dimensions, all 10 dimensions of the universe. Whoa. Dwayne, what's your perception of reality on this stuff, man?
Okay, Rod, I don't get it. Why is it so important about how the Earth originated and how the universe was created? Who cares if it was the Big Bang Theory, and who really cares if, you know, if what you say is God created the whole universe? What does it really matter, man? Like, if I want information on stuff, I'll just go to TV, right? And TV will basically explain, you know, how the universe is created with these great documentaries on the Big Bang Theory, or I'll go to a religious channel and they'll tell me, you know, God created the world in 7 days. But you know what? Does it really matter what happened and what I think?
As a matter of fact, Dwayne, that's a very good question. I like the way you put that. But here's the truth, Dwayne. Voice of Reason says this. What you believe about your origins affects the way you do your job. It affects the way you live. God says our responsibility stretches beyond this life. It's true. Stretches way beyond this life, man. So far beyond that it goes all the way in to eternity. Odie, what's next?
Next we've got the secret life codes.
Cool, Red. Hey, Ethel, open the window. I gotta throw this pickle out.
The window is open, Harold.
The window isn't open, Ethel.
Sorry.
Hey, check it out. Some people say all you got to do is believe in yourself and you can handle everything in life. Just a minute.
Here we go.
How you doing? Rod Hembree here with the Just a Minute segment, bringing you a very interesting mixture of truth and data. In fact, bring it on in, Ryan. Check this out. Here's the data. It says this. The person who believes in himself to solve all the problems in life obviously doesn't realize the spiritual world. But he who aligns himself with God succeeds. Proverbs 28:26. Thanks, Ryan. Rod paraphrase version. Now, let me check this out. See, here's how it works. You're not just a physical being. You're not just brain matter. You're a spiritual being. So what you need to solve all your problems in life and to make through life is not simply just to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your Creator, because believing in your Creator gives you that extra source you're going to need to make it through life's difficult circumstances. Rod Hembree here reminding you, believe in your Creator. The challenge: if there's life after death, then is there life before birth? Clue number 1 was, no man, it's just one big dark place. Clue number 2 was, we all had previous lives, oh wow, man. Clue number 3 is, I don't know, man, just have a party. No, that's not it. That's not the answer. You don't want to do that. Hey, this next topic is kind of interesting. We've been talking about all this stuff the whole time. Now, I want you to pay particular attention to Enoch, the secret life codes that drives the universe. Here's Enoch.
This is PTV, Phonetic Television. The following was originally presented in gobbledygook, but has been modified for your viewing pleasure. These are the ongoing adventures of Enoch, the only ancient scientist who walked so close to the Creator that he converted directly to energy. Now his spirit lives on in the true essence of ultimate investigation. Enoch continues his amazing discoveries along with his faithful scribe. Yay!
Hey, hey, hey! It's time to play! It's time for the big question! For the answer, we must look in a new direction.
Yes!
The observation of space sets the pace. 90% of the matter in the universe is out of place. That's right, Jay. Science now has proof that the space we live in is way too loose.
What?
It's really very plain. Let me try to explain. From the calculated knowledge of what we have discovered from the universe, there's too much energy and not enough matter.
So what's the matter with the matter?
How should I know?
It's missing. Computer, are you listening? Yes! Computer, help us understand why we can only say part of the plan.
Don't you get it? It's an X-file.
Computer, have you lost your connection? There's got to be an answer to this mysterious inspection.
No wonder you're still just a weed hopper. Don't you get it? It's not what you see that makes up the ultimate reality. It's what you don't see that's real.
Great creation! I've got it! And it's worth contemplation!
Wow! Just like the codes of life are invisible, hidden within the secret and unique codes, called DNA, is our life source, so the real substance of the universe is hidden in that which we cannot see!
Wow.
DNA is the life codes of your being. All your cells follow its meaning. Yes!
So remember, there's more to the universe than meets the eye.
And if you're following on the webpage, it's item number 29, program 72. Here's the voice of reason. That which drives all life in this reality is information that forms the designs of life. That information comes from the Data Master. It's true, the Data Master. You say, Rod, how can you deal with that? Well, the Data Master is the voice of God. It's God's word. He spoke the universe into existence. Isn't that right? Yes, it is right. We're nailing people left, right, and center. And it's right. It's true. Hey, some people say the more money you have in life, the more control you have. Just a minute on that.
Here we go.
Hey, it's true. A lot of people think that the more money they have, the more control they have over life circumstances. Well, wait a minute here. Let's bring in some data. Bring it in, Ryan. Check out this data. Here is what it says. It says a rich man figures he's smart because of what he has. But listen to this. A poor man knows the truth and has more power than the Fortune 500. Proverbs 28:11. Let me tell you why. Because he knows the real deal on every man's soul. You see, to the Creator, God, everyone is equal. Doesn't matter what kind of money you have. The real power comes in being able to change your disposition. God can do that. God can heal a life. God can heal a heart. Now, you think about that next time you're looking for more money. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Think it over.
Let's hear more from the start of it.
Hey, here's the Facts and Faith Challenge. Check it out. It's this. If there is life after death, we always talk about that. Then is there life before birth? Oh, that's a hard question. Clue number one was this. No, man, it's just one big dark space. Get used to it. No, that's not it. Number two was we all had previous lives. Oh, wow, man. Where's that coming from? Where did we get that? Then we came with this. Here's an 80s answer. Oh man, I don't know, just party. Oh wow, that's not it. Here's the real deal. Check it out. It says this: all life comes from the Creator. The Creator has always been. You know, Trish Lee's one of our assistant producers here, and she says it this way. She says that God didn't create me when it was just conception, but when He thought of me, that's when I was created. Talking about this cloning issue, you know, it may be possible to photocopy the work of God. Let's remember that we're not actually creating the work of God because God started the life thing in the first place, right? Well, here's the fact. The fact is that you can probably copy the life codes. I don't know for sure. But one thing's for sure, that if God decides to give that clone a soul, then John chapter 1 says he's covered. He has the right to become a Christian, or the Son of God, a follower of Christ. That's what the word Christian means. Now, if that's the case, then that means we can't make slaves out of the clones. That just kind of ruins the party right there, doesn't it? But it's true. So you think about that. So remember this, there's a lot of talking about cloning and the origin of life and quest for life and life this and life that. But the data master, or God's word, is that which spoke life into existence from the very beginning when people start taking shots at you. In fact, John, looks like people have been taking shots at John around here. John, it looks like you've been getting wet. And they're still taking shots at you. So listen, John, next time people take shots at you about the life codes, I want you to remember one thing, okay? Okay. Can you remember it? Okay, here it is, John. Nail him, John! We're gonna nail him! That's right, nail him, John! We got a water fight. Don't let it happen to you, man. Because if you don't get into the depth... Oh, don't shoot me, I say. If you can't get it... Oh, I'm getting wet. If you can't get into the data master, then you're going to get nailed with water. Oh, you're going to get nailed with water. That's right. So remember, the voice of reason is God's voice. That is the voice of God. Right, Chris? I'm going to go. Here we go. Mommy? Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oh.
It's time for the big question. I need to just go like this. And action.